We'll discuss now hazard severity. It is part of military standard MIL STD 882 that establishes to determine hazard severity initially established for DoD. So hazard severity categories provide a qualitative indication of relative severity of possible consequences of hazardous condition. And criticality of addressing a category 1 catastrophic hazard is much more important than a category 4 negligible hazard. So description are catastrophic, critical, marginal, and negligible, and category 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mishap identification for category 1 is death or system loss. For number 2 category, it is severe injury, occupational illness, or system damage. Category 3 is minor injury, occupational illness, or system damage. And category 4 is less than minor injury, occupational illness, or system damage. Hazard probability, okay, this is the discussion now. Another military standard has been used, military standard 882, represent a qualitative judgment on relative likelihood of occurrence of a mishap caused by uncorrected or uncontrolled hazard. If evaluation of a potential for mishap reveals a category 1 occurrence catastrophe with a level A probability frequent, system safety effort would undoubtedly require elimination of hazard through design or provide for implementation of redundant hazard control prior to system or project activation. So description, frequent level is A. Mishap identification is likely to occur frequently. Probable, and that will be level B. Mishap identification will occur several times during the life of an item. Occupational level will be C, and that will say likely to occur sometime during the life of an item. Remote level will be D, and that will say unlikely but may possibly occur in the life of an item. And improbable level is E, and it will say no, unlikely. So unlikely it can be assumed that the hazard will not occur. So probability of a hazard risk is inversely proportional to its severity. However, since some risk of hazard or accident exists, even when certain systems or tasks operate as intended, a design, pressure system, a foundry operation, oil refinement, etc., total hazard level must be evaluated, not just that associated with system or subsystem failure. There is one example about aircraft collision. Any aircraft collision in media would unarguably be classified as a category 1 mishap, catastrophic. Hazard probability would fall into level D, remote, classification based upon statistical history of mid-air collision occurrence, and system safety effort in this case would require specific but relatively minimal control to prevent such an occurrence. Example, minor collision between two automobiles. This is another example. A minor collision between two automobiles in a congested parking lot might be classified as a category 4 mishap, negligible, with a hazard probability of level A frequent or level B probable. Effort here would focus on implementing low-cost, effective control because of high probability of occurrence, and signs indicating right-of-way, wide parking spaces, low speed limit, placement of speed bumps, and so on are some examples of such controls. We'll discuss now hazard risk matrix. By establishing an alphanumeric weighting system for risk occurrence in such severity category, level of probability, one can further classify and assess risk by degree of acceptance. 4 categories of severity and 5 categories of probability is often referred to as a 4x5 risk matrix. Organization may add a 5th severity value, as an example, insignificant or slight or no loss. Then it would be referred to as a 5x5 risk matrix. Exact parameters and or category assigned are not concrete. Dark gray, medium gray, light gray, and white shade scheme for black and white print has been applied for hazard. Color can be used too. And you are seeing risk level table HM and severity HML and probability LMH, and based on where you are, you pick that. So this is high risk, unacceptable risk level. Actions are required to eliminate or reduce that risk immediately. And medium risk control are required. And L is low risk, acceptable risk. Okay, control may still be justified. So risk assessment matrix, okay, that frequent, probable, occasional, remote, and improbable that is showing here. Whereas hazard severity category, catastrophic, critical, marginal, and negligible. So these red colors means what? Unacceptable changes must be made. Orange colors indicate that undesirable, make changes if possible. And this yellow colors one means acceptable with marginal review, management review, and then green color are acceptable without review. So this gives an idea, okay, how will you choose, okay, different numbering system based on different situation.